just came across skullcap out here in the wild. Very exciting. I have never worked with it fresh before. One of my favorite things about herbalism, and what I believe is the reason I've stuck with studying herbs for so long, is the idea that it all keeps me on my toes. It keeps me curious and hopeful, because every time I go out on a morning walk, like this morning, I never know what I'm going to find. And like I mentioned in a recent video, most of the time when I've found a very significant plant, it's usually on accident, when I wasn't looking for it. And in today's case, I was walking along the path and I noticed all of these purple flowers growing. I knew they were in the mint family because of the square stem, but they're not aromatic. There was no scent, so I simply photographed it to put in my watercolor book and went straight home. However, when I got here and went to ID the plant, I discovered that it was skullcap, which was highly valued by the native people here for its uses as a nervine. I have worked with skullcap in its bulk dried form before. I think I've ordered from Mountain Rose Herbs, but it's always a very special privilege to be able to work with fresh plant material, especially if I'm going to be making something like a tincture, which is what I plan to do with this today. I might dry some of it out though for tea, because this is quite a bit of skullcap. There was so much of it growing in such abundance, and I love that feeling of being able to forage mindfully, seeing that nature is thriving but I can also benefit as well, and now I can share it with you guys. I would never want to harvest something or try to teach about something if I couldn't bring it into my home respectfully. This might sound a little bit strange, but anytime when I'm out foraging, I try to imagine if I was the plant and I saw me coming down the path, and I wouldn't want the plant to say, "Oh my god, she's back," and panic. I would want them to say, "Oh, there's my very gentle friend. She wants to experience some of my medicine. She's a cool gal," or whatever the young people say nowadays. I know that's a little weird, but it's just important to think about it in different ways sometimes. I always want to be respectful of nature and the land around me. So I spent some time gathering this beautiful vase, or mason jar, full. And again, I think I'm going to weigh it out to make a small tincture just for later use. And I believe in my witch's flying ointment video from years ago, I believe skullcap was part of that formula. I want to brush up on my knowledge though. I want to see if skullcap is most potent through water, alcohol, or oil, just like I didn't do that with the willow bark the first time round. I'm also learning that during the summer I need to keep a good stash of vodka on hand. I'm currently not drinking alcohol myself, but I found that it's always good to have some at least 80 or 90 proof vodka in my cabinet for moments like this, when I find a bunch of fresh plant material that needs to be tinctured. Read up on tinctures if you're interested, and there's so many wonderful online resources and YouTubers who know much more about herbalism than I do. This is just a heartfelt hobby of mine, once again. I am losing the light. I think it's about to come a thunderstorm. I really hope it comes a thunderstorm, because all of these gloomy, rainy days are just really inspiring. I don't know. There's just something about it. Everything is so green and alive, and my squirrel self, I am forced to stay indoors and just do some cozy work and hopefully get some rest at some point. I just can't stop looking at these. They're so pretty. Yeah, it is getting really dark in here. So I think I'm going to switch over to work mode. We're gonna go over to my altar and start processing this to make our tincture. Let's do it. tells me that's not right. Just gonna loosely chop it up like so. So like I've said in the past, there's a reason that I study herbalism rather than math. The amount of herbs that I have when I do the math, I feel like I have way too much of a fresh herb compared to the amount of solvent. According to the math here, I need half a cup plus an 1/8 cup of solvent poured over. I don't think that's going to be enough, and now that I think about it, I feel like that formula is probably better suited for dried herbs anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'll be perfectly honest with you, is I'm going to throw all of that out the window, and I'm going to go with my tried and true folk method, which is simply packing this jar all the way to the top with the fresh herbs, and then pouring an equal amount of alcohol just to cover the top so there's no mold or spoilage, and then just doing it that way because it's never failed me in the past. It's also important to note that this is not your typical American skullcap, which is what everyone thinks of when they hear skullcap. This is one that is native to my region. It is helmet skullcap. I will put the Latin there so no one unsubscribes for me butchering that. From what I've read, this is still medicinally potent as a nervine, gentle nervine. Some people say it isn't as strong as Chinese skullcap or American skullcap. However, this was used in my region by the native people for nervous complaints. And after all, I won't know until I try it here in a couple of weeks. So either way, I'm not really doing this the right way. But again, I'm not here to do things the right way, as long as we don't poison ourselves, because that's not good. So anyway, let's try it first, just to show you with the amount of alcohol I calculated, and then let's go ahead and just do it the way I was going to do it anyway. So. I could technically chop this up even more finely than this, but I don't think so. I think this will be okay. I said that about the willow bark though, so maybe I need to just learn from my mistakes, am I right? She is embracing this era of casual vlogs and destroying her herbal remedies and any credibility that she may once have held. Oh shoot. Yeah, this is definitely not right, because I would need 2 of these plus a half one of these, and that is definitely not enough to cover this. So yeah, let's just go the old folk way. Yeah, absolutely not. Let's just go ahead and fill it up all the way. Just tap out any air bubbles. So pretty. See, that to me alone is the medicine. Just seeing how beautiful this is. Oh, I love plants. So pretty. So as I was finishing up, I wanted to sit here and chat for a minute about something that's come up. It actually happened while I was filming the video, and I realized that sometimes I'm going to be vulnerable here. I'm so concerned with preserving an image that I've built around this channel that I hide parts of myself, which is why hopefully you've noticed I've tried to infuse more of these real chatty real life moments into the videos rather than strictly relying on voiceovers to tell my story. Because in real life, yes, I am this quiet and serene person who enjoys gathering herbs and is very much an introvert, but I also am silly and funny, and I like to make people smile and laugh and just have a good time. I'm not as prim and polished, and who really is, honestly. But there are times where I feel afraid to share that more casual side of myself on here, but I realize maybe that is what is holding me back at times, because frankly this year I've just been so concerned about growth. I think we all feel that way in this age of social media where everything is about getting more views and more likes. And certainly that helps, but I don't want to ever lose the heart of why I started this channel, and you guys know that. But if you've just started coming to my videos, I just want to reiterate that I am multi-passionate, and this is a space for me to share all of that, connect with you, and just let you know that there are so many people out there in their own little corners of the world that enjoy things like herbalism and making skullcap tinctures. It's funny, I feel like this channel is sort of a magnifying glass on my inner world and my inner workings, because in everyday life, I've said it 1,000 times, I can't just walk up to someone and talk to them about herbs or any of my hobbies or my art. It's something that I'm very private about. Yeah, that's the word. I'm an intensely private person. And a lot of that comes down with, you know, being kind of a control freak and needing to relax a little bit. Maybe that's the meaning behind, you know, if we want to find a meaning here, maybe that's the meaning behind finding skullcap today, with it being a very gentle nervine to relax the nervous system, and some say this is even a good lucid dreaming herb when combined with something like mugwort, which I have an abundance in my yard. So perhaps I'm meant to relax more and just be a little more open-minded about what I share or how I share things here. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I definitely feel extra inspired simply because summer is coming in. I felt this way last year with the elderflowers, the passion flower. Everything is awake and alive, and I really do think that we mimic the seasons. So I'm feeling that in myself, and I just feel ready to continue sharing, and I think having these moments where I bridge it together with these chats, it just helps carry everything along, because I have been a very busy bee and I have a lot to share with you guys moving forward. As always, I thank you for your support on here, on Patreon, and Etsy. I have both of those linked below if you want to see my art and other offerings. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Wherever you are, I hope you're taking care. I hope you have a lovely weekend ahead, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.